Why is this so hard getting immigration numbers down? In the past few months, the UK government have been talking about cutting down net migration, and just as you can see in this video.
Do you think the UK can learn from his pledge to deport millions of illegal migrants?
Well, we need to deport as many illegal migrants as is physically possible. I deported several thousand when I was Home Secretary. We need to ramp up those numbers, because if you come to the UK illegally, you must not have the right to stay. You should be detained and swiftly removed. And that's why we do need to learn again from the Americans about their robust, unapologetic stance to border control.
Just like Suella Braverman said that during her time she was able to deport about 7,000 illegal migrants. And from what it is right now, the UK government is still finding it very hard to cut down net migration. These are the recent recommendations in trying to cut down net migration, but it is still very hard for them to do it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing this beautiful face for the very first time, my name is Fajira. I'm so happy to have you all in our beautiful family. For my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate. God bless you. If you're new to this channel, I create content on UK immigration, which I'm about to share the recent recommendations now. Jobs with visa sponsorship in the UK, live in the UK, scholarships in the UK, like everything you can think about the UK. So if you're someone who is interested in such content, or you know anyone who may be interested, please do like and share, and also do subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the first person to see that video. So guys, let's quickly dive right into today's video. Just as you can see the title on my screen, why is it so hard getting immigration numbers down? This is something that the UK government has been battling with for years. From this new publication with the recommendations they are trying to put in place, I can see that they've been battling with this for the past 30 years. So is it going to be now that you want to move to the UK that they are going to achieve this? We don't know yet. So this is a recent update, which is why I'm sharing with you, so you can know exactly what is happening and know how to plan towards your relocation. Just in case you're planning to move to the UK, like I would always say, do not give up. Even if they want to cut down net migration, it's none of your business. All I want you to do is that make sure you arrive in the UK legally. Whether you're coming for work or you're coming to study, try not to come on the boat, because it's very risky. As immigration rises to the top of voters' concerns, a major new policy exchange report examines why governments of both parties have found it so hard to get the numbers down and what policies would be needed to achieve this. This is a new recommendation, which is why I'm sharing with you. So just in case you're in the UK or you're still planning to move to the UK, you know exactly what is happening and you know how to navigate. Please like and share this video with your friends and loved ones. I'm sure they will find it helpful. So written by Stephen Webb, a former Home Office director, and with forward by the Honorable Alexander Downall, AC, former Foreign Minister of Australia, set out the incentives in the system that have led to consistently high migration. This includes the power of the pro-immigration case law that has consistently moved in a more liberal direction over the past 30 years. I used to think it was 20 years ago, but now from what I'm saying is the past 30 years I've been struggling with it. It's not that the problems we are facing in the UK are increasingly shared by other European countries. We know it's not just UK, but I shared a video I think a few months ago, and you can see from the statistics, the UK have the highest number of immigrants. From what I saw from that report, when it comes to relocating to the UK, I think the UK is more flexible compared to other European countries from what I saw, because from the statistics, you will see that the UK have more immigrants, both legal and illegal, who arrived in the UK in the past few years. So just as you can see, the report exposes that at least £11 million is being spent by NGOs with a focus on migration issues on research, analysis and lobbying, with a further £30 million in taxpayer-funded grants to universities, most of which have a clear tilt towards liberal immigration policies. The report argues that the policy response needs to change the incentives, whether they be on immigrants themselves, employers and renters, other government departments, and third countries who do not cooperate on returning their nationals. The report recommends. Last year as well, there was another 5 recommendations which they've actually worked with, and from the look of things, you can see that the care worker visa dropped, because not everybody was getting it like in the past. Also, a lot of people wouldn't want to travel without their dependents, and also the study visa as well. But another report as well that was published recently, you can see that a high number of international students got their visas with their dependents, like compared to the previous years. So these are things that when they try to do it this way, you can see that the other way is loose as well. And by the time they go to tackle that one, you can see that this other one as well is loose. So the first recommendation, as you can see on my screen, an auction system to allocate a limited number of work visas to ensure they go to the highest quality candidates, with the proceeds used to increase wages in the care sector. So this one, they're trying to like put a cap on the number of visas they are going to be given every year. As earlier mentioned, that with the care visas, not everyone is getting it anymore. Even when you apply for other category of visa, you're being invited for an interview. People ask me about the creative worker visa, if everyone is being invited for an interview. Guys, from experience, from the people I have spoken to, about 95% usually get an interview invite, because the creative worker visa is, you have to show what you're coming to the UK to do. It's not like the skilled worker that you may have undergone interview for the job you're coming to do. So you have to show that you have the experience and you have the skills you want to bring into the UK. So for those who are planning for creative worker visa, prepare for an interview. Once you're able to secure a sponsorship in the creative sector, the second recommendation is a system of sureties which impose a penalty on visa holders if they do not leave on time. There will be a penalty on visa holders if they don't leave on time. The third one is illegal migrants to know they will not be allowed to settle in the UK, but will be transferred to a safe accommodation on Ascension Island. A lot of illegal migrants end up getting their stay after so many years. Some could stay up to 10 years, 20, 15 years, and so on. But now they are recommending that illegal migrants, provided you arrived in the UK illegally, or maybe you've become an overstayer and you've become illegal, they are not allowed to settle in the UK. Irrespective of the country you're coming from, you're not allowed to settle in the UK. Next recommendation, as you can see, tougher laws to block visas and overseas aid going to countries that do not cooperate in return of their nationals. But we don't know what those laws are going to be. Once it's published, I'll definitely come back and share with you. Now, much tougher penalties for those employing and renting accommodation to people without the right to be in the UK. If a company employs an illegal migrant or someone who has overstayed and the person is still working, there is a penalty the company will have to pay in case Home Office gets to find out. They've now recommended a tougher penalties for those employing and also renting. Now, we don't know how much that's going to be. So if you are illegal or you've overstayed on your visa, you don't have the right to rent any accommodation because you don't have the right to be in the UK. So for those who are renting accommodation to those who do not have the right to be in the UK, they are trying to introduce a tougher penalty for that. So please, if your stay is coming to an end and you have not gotten any other option on how to stay in the UK, I would not advise you stay back. You're better off going back to your country and come back again by applying for another visa, because once you become illegal in the UK, everything in the UK will not be sweet anymore. You're seeing police you're running. I've always said this on this channel, and people are still becoming illegal. Once you see a police, you're running away. Once you hear a siren, you start running, even if it's an ambulance, not knowing that they are not even looking out for you. So if your aim is once you come to the UK to visit, you're not going to go back, or once you stay on your visa, you don't want to renew, you want to just keep staying, guys, it's just a matter of time. The sad part is that the day you get caught, you'll be taken to the deportation center, and from there you're not even allowed to come in to take anything because you've already breached your visa rules. So be very mindful of what you do this 2025. So the last recommendation, as you can see on my screen, a cross-European coalition to reform the ECHRO with a willingness to leave if this is not delivered. So these are the new recommendations on how to cut net migration. But like we know, it's still very hard. From what you can see, it is still so hard getting migration numbers down, because We have people coming to the UK by boat on daily basis. Minimum 200, 300, 400 people entering the country. Now, from the statistics, it said over 1 million people are illegal migrants in the UK. And within London, they have, I think, about 600,000 illegal migrants only in London. Then think about other parts of the UK. So please, this 2025 is a fresh start. And just in case you're watching from overseas, don't even plan to overstay on your visa, or don't even plan to come to visit and you don't go back, or don't even plan to come by boat, because the way the UK is now, once you get here and you don't know your way, you will be caught and you will be deported. And once you're deported, there is a ban that comes with it, a 10 years ban. So let's assume maybe you were 30 when you got deported. The next time you'll be applying for a UK visa is around when you're 40, 41. And there is no guarantee that the visa will be given to you because you've breached the visa rules. So these are the new recommendations on bringing down net migration this 2025. And once I see further updates, I'll definitely share with you. But bear in mind that if UK is a country you want to really migrate to, you really do not have to worry yourself so much. Just make sure you're doing everything right that will enable you migrate to the UK this 2025. And of course, I'll be here sharing every available jobs with visa sponsorship that will enable you migrate to the UK. And also, if you're in the UK and you're looking for sponsorship to switch, your license has been revoked, once I see those openings, I will always come and share with you. Because one of the things I want to see is most of my viewers, my subscribers, living in the UK legally and not illegally. I said a story about when I came, I didn't have post-study work, I went back and I came back. So just in case you get to that point, you're better off going back and coming back, because it's easier to come back when you did not breach any of the UK visa rules than sticking around and getting yourself into so many problems. Imagine just going to work in maybe a warehouse or in a factory and the enforcement officers are there to find out your status. Just in case they find out that you don't have the right to stay and work in the UK, off you go. So please, this shouldn't be what you should add to your list this 2025. Okay, so guys, this brings us to the end of today's video, and I hope you find this video helpful. And if you do find this video helpful, please do like, share, and also do subscribe. Turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the first person to see that video. And until I see you in my next video, guys, do take care and have a lovely day. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye for now.